Hello, and welcome back to lajollababylon, Season 3, The Undoing of a Suburban Punk, a podcast where I read stories of my extended Gen X adolescence to my coddled millennial little sister, writer, actor, and comedian, Katie Hartman. I'm your host, Aaron Hartman, and if you like what you hear, the best thing you can do for us is to please share this podcast with someone who you think will like it too. Okay, here we go. Hi, Katie.
Hi, Aaron.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. What, was that funny?
What? No, it was just because I pretended like we had just all of a sudden run into each other. But we've actually been on this computer Zoomy thing trying to figure our audio out for the last few minutes. So me going like, hi, Katie. It felt a little bit fakey to me.
I see. So you sort of tickled yourself. I thought you were laughing at my fake enthusiasm because I don't want to be here. Just kidding.
Oh.
Just kidding.
What are you up to?
Are you asking me that
on?
question only just because I told you that I was trying to find a place to get tested for ADHD?
Yeah, I want to know more.
I don't have very much information for you other than it's extremely hard to find a place to do it for...
Is it because you're writing notes on little pieces of paper that...
Oh, I wish I could
various
get that
pockets
far.
Of different...
No, it's because I'm like, I forgot to unload the dishes. I meant to send that email 25 days ago.
I think I told you I was going to do the same thing. The one person who I had made an appointment with, they're like, okay, so it's going to be in about 2 months and we'll send you plenty of warning and plenty of reminders. And I was like, oh, I bet you will. If your clientele is who I think they are.
Absolutely. This is as far as I've gotten so far after thinking about this for a few years. And I called my health insurance and they were like, yeah, we cover that. But what I'm finding is that it's a smokescreen because either they take it, but it doesn't cover testing, or, it feels like a Greek myth. It feels like there's each stage you have to complete the thing and you have to have the golden apple to get into the thing. But to get to golden apple, you've got to blow a couple dudes. So I'm just trying to find the right dudes to blow.
Which myth was that?
Huh? Most Greek myths have blowing dudes and golden apples.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Look it up. It's called Jason and the Argo Nuts.
Wow.
Thank you.
That sucked.
That sucked? I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, we can workshop it a little bit.
Okay, great.
The ADHD thing is so interesting. I feel like, because it's hereditary, right? Or is it supposedly hereditary, or are people still figuring that out?
Yeah, I think that it probably can be genetic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've got it definitely on my side.
Yeah.
Like my mom, definitely. And you're probably your mom too.
Yeah. I mean, my mom was the ultimate writing notes on pieces of paper and then tearing off that piece of paper and putting it in some sort of receptacle, like a pocket or a purse or a, drawer or something like that. And then spending so much time looking for that piece of paper, even just to remember what was on the piece of paper. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. No, mine is more just I think there's a lot of executive dysfunction going on.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Would you medicate?
I would try it.
Yeah.
Only because I have a few friends who it really changed their lives.
Yeah.
One friend was chronically late, and I've known him for forever. He teaches, he does these things, he just shows up late. Any sort of rehearsal we had, you just knew he was going to be late. And then he got on it, and he was there on time.
He was like, oh, wait, if I need to be there by this time, I need to leave the house by this time. Which means I need to finish eating by this time. Yeah.
But even beforehand, when people do that, it's there's something that stops them. I'd love to blame my problems on something.
Oh, God. Take a pill, have it all just go away.
Yeah, or even just get a little bit more freedom with my brain would be really satisfying. But apparently it's also extremely hard as a woman and a woman not in her teens. So I think millennial women left and right are getting diagnosed with ADHD because we would have forgotten.
Yeah.
Because it also shows up differently. Anyway,
yeah.
I'm not a doctor. Don't listen to me for any sort of medical advice. I'm going to forget this conversation happened after we got off the Zoom.
I know. Well, should we just jump into it?
I would love to.
Is that the thing to do? Okay, awesome.
I'm sorry, that was fake enthusiasm. Could you tell?
Oh, no.
No, I'm just kidding. I really would love to. I'm just a really good actor.
You are.
I'm sorry,
great.
I keep holding us up. Keep going.
No. It's great. Okay, so we have 2 chapters, and they both involve Dan Jones. And the first one is Dan visiting Adam in Olympia. And it was this kind of weird combination of things happening all at the same time. And then the next chapter is Adam visiting Dan in the Bay Area.
Great.
What we talked about last season about how the endings of friendships can be so painful and fraught. Mm-hmm. This is sort of that episode.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I shouldn't spoil it. Everything works out great.
Oh, okay. Great. That's my real enthusiasm.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also the Adam character doing his thing as a Northwesterner.
Beanies and flannel. Well, you're not wearing a beanie right now, but...
No, but I'm wearing probably a 50-year-old flannel right now.
Yeah.
But, Pendleton is a city in Oregon. And if you ever drive through there, you should go to the Pendleton factory because it is awesome.
Yeah, do they give shit away for free?
Fuck no, it's expensive as hell.
I'm good. I don't know.
This has been fun.
They don't have any blankets that got all fucked up and that they're like, please take these fucked up blankets.
Dude, that is exactly why I went. They do have a little, seconds room or whatever, but it's still fucking expensive.
Yeah.
All right. Enough of this bullshit.
Bye. I'll go listen now. Bye.
Okay, bye.
I think it's funny.
Dan in Olympia. Dan Jones took the all-day Greyhound from Oakland, and I picked him up at the station in downtown Olympia. We shook hands, and he tossed his duffel bag into my car. I took him to a bar where the bartender called me by name. I wanted Dan to see that. We ate burgers and drank beer, and Dan told me about life after the Army. He was finishing up community college in Oakland, getting ready to transfer to Stanford, eventually into the School of Chemical Engineering. He talked about life in the East Bay. I'd visited him several times, so I knew how much he hated everything. The university was making it hard for him to transfer due to California's affirmative action laws. They'd rather admit a black guy with shitty grades than me just because I'm white. This was a conversation I'd sidestepped with him for a couple of years. He would stiffen up, and his voice changed slightly when talking about this stuff. He seemed to shrink, and his green eyes lost their shine. He started smoking in the Army and excused himself to step outside, even though you could still smoke indoors back then. I guessed he was embarrassed to look like the kind of douchebag we'd always made fun of. As we left the bar, I was approached by a local music legend who I'd been wanting to become friends with for a while. Samuel Washington asked if the Upper Room could play a show he was putting together later that night. I didn't know he knew who I was. The show was in a couple hours, and the headliner had asked him to find a fun local opener. It was a shocking turn of events. I went home and called my 2 bandmates, and we eagerly said yes. I couldn't believe I was going to get to play a show in front of Dan Jones. We were well-rehearsed and could usually get enough people to come out to make it worth it. We grabbed our gear, went to the storefront venue between 2 Thai restaurants, and met the headliner. He was in his mid-50s and looked like a TV anchorman. He was traveling around the country singing his songs about astrology and golf. He hired a young woman to dance during his set. It was super weird. We played first. Most people were out front smoking or around the corner at a bar, as was Olympia tradition. Our core audience was ex-girlfriends and former roommates, but we whipped up a real mania by our second or third song. Samuel, who danced the entire time, told us after our set that he wanted to record us and asked us to be on his record label. Everything changed. It was well known that once you were on his prestigious label, you could make as many records as you wanted, forever. The lights went up, and we packed our stuff into Toby's truck. Dan Jones was missing. I walked around and found him eating French fries at the bar we'd gone to earlier that day. "Oh, hey, how was the show?" Pretty good. We got signed. I mean, this one guy wants to put out our records." "Whoa, congratulations. What do you want to do now?" "I'll drink a beer with you." "Okay, but then I should probably get some sleep. It's been a long day." "Oh, that's right. You rode the bus for 15 hours. Since last night, yeah, I'm pretty beat." "Okay, no, I don't have to stay. We have beer at home. Let's get the fuck out of here." "Okay, I'm going to smoke first. I can just walk. I know where you live." "I can wait." Dan lit a Camel and squinted through the smoke. "Do you like living here? It seems sad. Like everyone's already dead." "I mean, we had a really good show just now. People danced so much the walls were sweating. It's pretty ugly here, though, but sometimes on a super clear day, you can see the mountains all around, and it's pretty amazing. I'll probably move to Frisco in a year or two." San Francisco. Only tourists say Frisco. I'm not being a dick, just so you know. Some people say SF or the city, but never Frisco. He rubbed his butt into the ashtray and stood up. "Let's get the fuck out of here." "Let's get the fuck out of here" had been one of our high school catchphrases. At parties, we'd speak our falsetto out of the sides of our mouths when one of us was getting bored.
"Let's get the fuck out of here."
I looked at him, expecting a glimmer of recognition. But Dan was just telling me he wanted to leave the bar. He was not telling me he remembered how connected we had been just a few years ago. He was not signaling that our friendship was as meaningful to him as it was to me. In fact, he was unconsciously signaling that it was not. We walked in near silence to my house up the hill, about half a mile from downtown. I asked if he wanted a beer, and he said, "No, I already feel poisoned." The next morning, Dan told me he was going to leave 2 days early. "There's an 8 p.m. bus tonight that will get me home by noon tomorrow." I asked why he was leaving so soon, but he just said he should probably get back home. We spent the day eating breakfast and watching movies and walking to the Capitol, which was closed to visitors that day. On the way to the bus station, we stopped at the grocery store for road snacks. Dan bought a $2 lottery ticket, and I rolled my eyes. "What? Do you think you're better than people who buy lottery tickets? You are such a snob." He was being serious. "No, I don't think I'm better than anyone. I just think it's a weird waste of money." And, as often happens, the gods of humility stopped by to kick me in the nuts. Dan scratched off his card and won $400. He collected his winnings from the cashier and handed me $40. "Here, you've been paying for everything." "No, I wanted to treat you. You came all the way up here." "It's okay. Give it to your band. You guys are really good." Once we were in front of the bus station, Dan said, "Well, thanks. It was really fun. See you next time." He smiled brightly, gave me his hand, and we shook. I walked back to my house, closed the door behind me, and cried for an hour. After all I did to make myself the person I wanted to be, to show the world all the things I learned, I adapted myself to the culture around me and surrounded myself with people I liked and who thought I was a good person, even though I wasn't. There was always only one person whose opinion mattered, and that was Dan Jones. And he just broke up with me. Dan in Oakland. My band was playing Oakland again. I always made sure there was room for Dan Jones on our guest list. I would pick up all the weeklies, hoping our show was well publicized, mostly in the hopes that he would see a review or a photo and decide to show up. I hadn't heard from him in 4 years. We were looking for parking near Rasputin Records in Berkeley when I saw Dan Jones cross Telegraph Avenue and head into a Kinko's. I swerved the van to the corner, told my bandmates I'd meet them at the venue, and ran to where I thought I saw him. He was the only customer, waiting to send a fax. I stood in the door for a while and made sure it was him. Perhaps because my own life had changed so much, I felt like he looked radically different. His face seemed harsh. His head was shaved almost to the skin. Both of his hands were balled up into white fists as he waited for the clerk. I approached from the side. Ahem. Dan Jones turned and recognized me at once. Years melted. Oh, hey, Adam. What are you doing here? I'm just sending off some faxes applying for jobs. I've been at Stanford getting my master's in analytical chemistry for the last 3 years. Sorry I haven't called you. Want to get lunch? We walked down to one of those cafe-lined streets and popped into a sports bar and drank beer and shot pool. We both ordered French dip sandwiches and sucked at pool. I'm glad we're playing the quarter table. We're really getting our money's worth. After our first game, Dan made a call on the payphone in the back bathroom. When he returned, I spoke for what felt like the first time. Where the fuck have you been? Your number has been disconnected for years. Your last name is Jones, so you're impossible to track down. What's been going on? Dan Jones looked down and smiled demurely. He leaned over and scratched on the 8-ball. He spoke quietly. I tell my girlfriend that I feel bad about not being in touch with you. I really do. She's going to come and meet us in a few minutes. It's actually a bad situation. She lives with her boyfriend, and I'm the one she's having the affair with. And not just that. When I went to class at the beginning of the semester, her boyfriend sat right in front of me. Isn't that weird? I have to look at him for 2 hours twice a week. Oh, here she is. Don't mention anything about her boyfriend. She doesn't know we're in the same class. A tall, meaty woman walked down the stairs into the bar. She was very pretty and dressed like a pinup girl from the 1950s. Her lips were bright red, and she carried a metallic clutch, which seemed to be a dormant weapon. From the back, she would have looked like an old lady on her way to church. From the front, her neck tattoo and giant cross necklace gave her away as someone who wanted to be defined. I was sure she associated herself as a punk, but mostly listened to Motown and Chet Baker. I was judging her as quickly as I could. Cheryl, this is Adam. The Adam? From all your friggin' stories? Don't I tell you all the time I feel bad that I don't ever call him? She looked at me over her cat eye glasses. Yes, he feels really bad and says it all the time. Do you mind finishing my game? I'm going to go smoke outside. We're solid. And with that, Dan Jones left us alone for more than half an hour. It was getting to the time that I needed to meet the band for sound check. And as I paid the bill, Dan returned and asked if he could be on the guest list. I told him he was already on it, that I had been putting him on the guest list for years. I did not see him at all during our performance that night, but he was lingering around the merch table afterwards. The show was near his house, and I asked if I could stay over. We had to drive 8 hours to LA the next day, but it would be good to hang out a little more without Cheryl. He said I could sleep in his living room. After packing the van, Dan Jones and I walked to his apartment, stopping off at a store to buy beer. It was the first time I had ever bought anything through a bulletproof glass. We got to his apartment, which was a first-floor 2-bedroom with filthy industrial carpets and fluorescent lighting. The kitchen had no evidence of food preparation, but was somehow trashed. The bathroom was very clean. We opened our beers, and Dan Jones talked nonstop about his life for the last few years. He told me he got into Stanford on an Army scholarship, but the university seemed more interested in getting poor Mexicans and blacks onto campus than smart white men. He told me about getting a job as a repo man, nearly 10 years after buying his first lockpicks. He went on to brag about stealing cars, getting chased, working on the tow trucks that were mounted with forklifts on their sides, so he could access cars that were parallel parked, like a pancake. He only drank a few sips of beer before pouring the rest of his bottle down the drain. He said he was going to read for a while and closed himself up into his bedroom. I could hear the door latch behind him. I woke up early the next morning so I could meet my band for breakfast before our long drive down the coast. I knocked on Dan's door and heard him say, "Are you leaving?" "Yeah, I gotta take off now." "Okay, it was good to see you. Give me a call sometime." I told his bedroom door that I would call him, although we both knew he never gave me his new phone number.
And we are back.
Hi.
Hi. What two sweet, sad stories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's the end of Dan Jones.
Oh, God. Sure. Yeah. I guess that tracks.
Mm-hmm. We've seen each other a couple times. He came to some of my shows, sort of showed up. I don't know how long it had been, but it was like, holy shit. And he drove me around and...
Did you know, you had no idea he lived there, right? Around there?
No idea.
Yeah.
And he was now like a full-on adult working in this very high, I don't know about high paying, but he had a master's and he was working for some company or whatever. And, you know, it was like a little off-putting, actually.
Off-putting.
I'd have to sort of count the years or whatever, but it'd been a long time since, like at least, I don't know, 7 or 8 years since I'd seen him.
In that first story, also just talking about that other guy who was playing, I just liked the phrase or the sentence, like singing songs about astrology and golf.
Oh, yeah.
Very funny.
He's a real guy. His name is Harvey Sid Fisher. And I think he's still alive.
Yeah.
But you can, he's famous, so you can look him up. He has 12 songs. Each one is about the astrology.
Yeah, the zodiac signs,
whatever,
yeah.
The zodiac signs. And from stage, he'd go, "All right, what's your sign?" And everyone would be like, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, "I heard Scorpio." And he would do his Scorpio song.
What sign did you want to hear? Pisces! Pisces! Okay. Gemini.
No, I know, but because he thought his Scorpio song was probably good. That's why he put it in the set list.
Are you saying that because you're a Scorpio?
Oh, I'm just saying. Because maybe we're the best.
And all I know about astrology is from his songs.
That's very funny. So, like, what did you learn about yourself?
Okay. In the Sagittarius song, the only line I can remember goes, "I'm a high-flying arrow from a high-strung bow." Right?
Wow.
It's me. That is me, right?
I mean...
I'm like kind of like a little lofty, a little spacey, but I'm also kind of uptight. It's kind of right. Yeah. It's kind of good.
Wow. Good job, Harvey Sid Fisher.
Yeah, and he hired a pickup band from Canada, and we're touring the Northwest. And I think they had a dancer, like this woman, this young, slinky woman who would just sort of do these like kind of weird, fishy kind of dances and stuff. And he'd always
sounds like
introduce
very
him.
Catskills burlesque. That's what I'm picturing.
Yeah, I know. He wore a white tuxedo.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then he would tell jokes about, like, he'd tell golf jokes. It was really weird. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
He is a real guy.
I also love that you opened for him.
There's a video. I have it on. Someone taped it. Yeah, it exists somewhere. Yeah.
Wow. Well, try to dig that up before this episode comes out.
Good idea.
Thanks.
Hi. I'm just breaking in here to say I did find that video. I had it transferred to DVD about 10 years ago, and I just figured out how to get it onto my computer. That little clip from a minute ago was from the show we were talking about. You can go to our Instagram page, and I'll link as much of that show as I can. Okay. Carry on, Aaron and Katie.
So when he came to visit you, he didn't go to that show, right?
So really the way it worked was we played that show, and I don't think he stayed for our set. He may have watched the first song and then went around the corner to get something to eat or something, but he was definitely not there at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, he only liked punk music. Like, he only liked fast, loud, super aggressive music. Especially at that time, we were a little cutesy.
Really?
A little bit, yeah. Kind of jazzy, kind of, like Arrington sang a lot of songs in falsetto.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
And like his guitar sound was like,
Yeah.
It wasn't like, which was his dance thing. Yeah.
What? How is it supposed to go? My brother, the musician, everybody. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Another aside, tomorrow my 10-year-old son is playing his elementary school talent show, and he is going to play Blackbird on electric guitar.
Just instrumental? Is he singing with it?
No, just instrumental, but the thing is he's a little bit of a shredder. He can really actually kind of solo, and he can rock these days. It's really weird. He's sort of edited the song, so it's a pretty boring song just to hear someone play on guitar. Yeah, I'll fight you for it. Yeah, that song sucks. No, I'm just kidding. No, but instrumentally, it's whatever. Just it's kind of repetitive. Anyway, so he's going to. It is
okay.
That's not controversial.
I don't know. I like it. Go ahead. He's gonna pull out all the stops.
So he's gonna finish it and then hit his brand new used
distortion pedal.
Mm-hmm. And do a little like hammer on thing for like 20 seconds.
That's rad. Will you take a video and send it to us?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm totally stage dadding him on
yes,
this.
Of course.
I'm like,
well, he can't embarrass you.
I know. It's like, don't hit the pedal until right when you hit that last note.
Yeah. And you're going to be sort of like Toddlers and Tiaras. You're going to be standing behind the audience, and you're going to be like doing all the movements with him.
Yeah, exactly.
So then in your second story,
mm-hmm.
what a weird coincidence, right?
Yeah.
Like what a weird fated moment.
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy to see him and to be right that was actually him, because I'm actually really bad at just looking for parking, and it was like, holy shit.
Did you just like jump out of the van and you're like, oh, I gotta go?
Yeah, I mean, I was driving. But yeah, I pulled over. I was like, I'll meet you guys at the venue.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then just also the detail of his girlfriend with 2 boyfriends, and then him leaving and for half an hour.
Yeah, he left us there.
That's crazy, but also like just tracks, I guess. Just like, but like, what a weird thing to do.
I think the Army really fucked him up.
Yeah.
I think he was done with his old life. And I think I really represented part of his old life.
Sure, yeah.
And I think that the sort of fakey conversations we had, and him sort of filling up the time by talking about his job, and all those things were just him trying to get through it and just sort of waiting for me to leave.
Yeah, he didn't want to see you. I mean, sorry. He didn't want you to see him as he was.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
I don't know. It just, some of these stories, especially as Adam grows up, and especially concerning Dan Jones. I'm sure I said it before, but I'm just like, man, if we could just have a little bit of vulnerability with these men, how much better would everybody feel?
Totally. I wonder what he's like now. I mean, did I tell you this? I got a postcard from him.
Yeah.
I was working my day job, and a postcard comes into the office, and it's from him to me. And I think he just Googled me and saw that I was a real estate broker. It was a Christmas card, the kind of holiday card that like normal people send.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like every year, their annual update for their family.
Yeah. You know, it was like, hey, I hope everything's good. You know, maybe even Merry Christmas. Like, what the fuck?
Was his picture on there too?
Yeah, it was a picture. It was like a family portrait.
Like a family portrait. Wow.
Yeah, like in front of the fireplace. Yeah.
Wow. In front of the fireplace.
Yeah.
Classic.
But then, you know, no return address. Just like a one-way, what's up? Bye.
Yeah, I mean that tracks with the end of that last story too. Give me a call. How?
I know. Right. All right.
Whatever. I mean, that's something to say.
Yeah. Yeah. See you later. Probably not.
Well, I hope you get another postcard at some point, because that's so fun. So funny. Yeah. Such like just an addition to the overall mystery, you know?
I know. It's nuts. But the other part of it is, you know, how I really put him on a pedestal, you know?
Yeah.
And had this kind of like fantasy idea of who this kid was, and then who this guy should have been as the adult version of this kid. And it's not my fucking business, you know? And he seems great. He seems happy, you know? And I don't need to be part of it, but
no, but even just like any sort of detail of how it turned out.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I mean, it's fascinating to me.
Yeah.
I just hope his politics are correct, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows now?
I know.
I got into this never happens, but I got into a Facebook fight with a girl from, like, the worst girl from junior high.
What?
Yeah, this week. And I don't ever, I'd never fight on Facebook. I barely post on Facebook. Like, it's not something. But this girl, when the pandemic happened, this woman, she's a woman, she's my age. Yeah. This woman, when the pandemic happened, she started like posting like a bunch of conspiracy theory stuff. And I was just, you know, why did she friend me on Facebook 10 years ago? I have no idea. We were never friends. She was always mean. Yeah. You know, she was kind of homophobic, like, not kind of, she was, you know, it's like.
She the one who you guys forked?
No. No, she would have deserved it though. That's who I wish we had forked. But it was a little bit of a back and forth, and it was one of these things where I will never fight with a stranger on Facebook. And she actually is kind of a stranger, because I truly don't know her. But it felt, it both felt good and terrible, as all those things do. She does not give a shit about anybody else. And she's got a bunch of kids. She's got daughters and sons, and I'm just like, good luck to those daughters. Good luck. I bowed out, obviously, like later, like too late, but early enough where I like didn't lose my mind, because I was like, oh right, there's no point in this.
Right.
There's no point. Yeah. You believe abortion is murder. Okay, cool. Bye. Like, you know what I mean? Basically, I replied, like, she replied something about Ukraine or whatever, and I said something like, you voted for a rapist. So first of all, that's how I started off. So real coming in hot. That's on me. I get it. Yeah. And then she replied with, then why isn't he in jail?
Yeah, there's a way to win hearts and minds, and then there's a way to just cathartically like tell someone to fuck off.
She was so mean in junior high, you know?
Well, hopefully her life isn't that great.
I'm sure she's very happy.
Yeah, probably.
You know what?
I wish not in jail.
Yeah. If he raped, why is he in jail? I don't know. What are you talking about? Yeah. Who? Anyway, doesn't matter.
Well, thank you again. Let me see what we're doing next week. Oh, okay. next week is going to be a little difficult. It's a story about a relationship that I had that ended really badly.
Okay.
And I want to be really careful, sort of like I did with the Beth episode from season 2. It was a huge thing that happened in my life that involved another person. And there's no way of telling this story without talking about this other person. And again, like I obscure who they are, and I sort of like blend some details that are, not true, but there's some things that are just true in here that, despite the fact that me and this person are never going to talk again, I don't want to tell their story. So
yeah, that's fair. I mean, but you can always tell your story.
Yeah.
Well, then how do you? Yeah. But real quick, how do you want to wrap up this episode?
Yeah. So what I was going to say is, so next week's episode might be kind of rough. So I'm looking forward to it, but I have been a little bit terrified about it. So we'll see how it goes.
Good. Yes. Yeah. Your fear emboldens me. It makes me stronger.
Other than that, I don't know. Other than that. What?
Listen, I'm doing my job. I'm keeping it light.
I know. I feel a little off today. So.
That's okay. No, you're doing great. You're doing great. And this was... Oh dear, he's hyperventilating. Well, with Aaron on the floor having a panic attack. Thanks for listening, everybody.
I love you.
I love you.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Oh my God, thank you so much for listening all the way to the end. La Jolla Babylon is written, produced, and edited by Aaron Hartman, with music by Aaron Hartman, co-piloted by Katie Hartman, presented in association with Ruinous Media. We'd love to hear from you. You can find us on Instagram, or you can send us an old-timey email at lajollababylon@gmail.com. Please subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Your review and 5-star rating will help others find this fucking podcast. To hear more episodes of this show or other Ruinous Media podcasts, please go to ruinousmedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts.